All right, everyone. Welcome to the royalty. I am one of the hosts, Derek F, aka Big D.
And I am your other host, Hannah, aka Chada. Unfortunately, we're missing Tiff for the evening, but we have our beloved Claire Renee Rehfuss. Yes, I pulled out the government name. As you guys know, Claire has been keeping up with BB25, so she is here to share her thoughts and spill all the tea along with Derek and I. Listen, this is the alliance that probably nobody wanted, but I wanted.
What could
And
have
I'm
been? What could have been?
It
and I'm
could have
finally
happened.
getting it.
It could have happened. If Claire was not coming after me every single time, it could have happened. I felt her on my tail every single day. Claire was like, I'm not falling for that Big D bullshit. He gotta go, okay?
Look, Big D, you were just in too good of a spot, you know? No one else could see it, but I could see it, Big D.
We were sharing the same spot. And we were looking at each other. We were like, what do we do? I'm like,
No.
I mean, girl, like,
You're in such a better spot than me, though. I was like, yeah, we're playing the same game. You're just like, I'm literally going to be fine.
Claire, you look amazing. It's so good to see you. What have you been, before we get into Big Brother, what have you been up to? Tell us.
Yes, spill all the tea.
Oh, okay. I don't really have that much tea. I'm out in LA, so I have like a little LA glow going on. But really, obviously, the biggest update of my life right now is I have met the Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst?
Jeff Probst.
Probst with a B.
Probst.
With a B. With a B. Probst.
Oh, girl, I don't know. It's Jeff Probst
Have you ever
to me.
seen Survivor, Big D?
Yes, girl. I just don't know how to say the dude's name. Jeff Probst. That's how I know him.
Yes.
Okay, so you met him. What happened? How did you meet him?
It was truly a weird series of events where Derek and I were going to this tennis match, like this tennis tournament. Brandon invited us down, and we were looking at the roster, like, okay, who's playing? And we saw that there was a celebrity match with Jeff Probst and Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. And obviously we're like, Jeff Probst. No disrespect to Pete, of course. And Derek's like, I play tennis. What if I challenge him to a tennis game or whatever, just hit around the balls. So we made this Instagram reel. Check out his Instagram, I guess. And it ended up going through enough people that Jeff saw it. And then they were like, yeah, come play just a little bit. So it was very, very fun. It was Derek, batted that ball around. I don't really know much about tennis. And
Wait, what?
Wait, girl. Wait. He what? He what, girl?
He batted the ball around?
yeah, you know how it goes.
Like a Wii remote?
100%. Look, if it had been Wii tennis, I would have been up there. I was really good at Wii tennis. Just that was kind of my sport, bowling. We don't need Wii bowling. We got Wii tennis.
Claire, I feel like you would be the type to go to Wii Bowl and then the ball would just release in the back.
Yeah, I had slippery fingers.
Okay. Oh, so Derek was out there batting this thing around. How did he do? Did he make you proud, or did he embarrass you in front of Jeff Probst?
No, he made me proud for sure. He did very well. And but it was really a pretty quick meeting. It was they went and they played tennis, and Jeff Probst is very intense. And so understandable, he is, top notch, and he was about
I feel
to
like
play.
this is probably his only time that he could be in because you got to think about he's hosting, so he probably is I have so much built up aggression from watching all these players play Survivor 2 times a year that when it's time for me to play tennis, I'm like,
I don't think it was aggression. But I think he's passionate about tennis. But we didn't really chat that much. It was mainly the tennis, and then it was okay, bye.
But you got your picture, right? You got to
my
say
photo.
hi. Were you
Yes.
I'm the biggest fan?
Yes. But really, I'm such a fan that I was everybody on mute, I was silent.
Oh, okay. You were I have to play it cool.
I was like,
Oh no. Okay,
It's
so
so nice to meet you. Like,
would you say
maybe
that
choked in the moment.
would you say that you've never been more starstruck meeting somebody?
Let me think. I'm the first time like we saw Julie Chen on this stage, I was also like, but I was more so at that moment like nervous about the game than nervous
Yeah.
about talking with her.
Fair.
Yeah, it probably was. Or like I think like maybe when I met like Kaser for the first time. But
Okay.
Jeff was a new level for me.
Okay. Well, I love the fact that you got to have that experience.
I'm glad you did too, girl. Listen. I was, I'm always stalking you and Derek because I'm always like, what are you guys up to? Because just like how Derek was supposed to be on Big Brother, and you and Derek were not answering our texts and trying to play us like we're playing Big Brother in the
Wait.
BB23
Okay.
group chat.
Claire, can you clarify? Can you clear up the? Can you Big D, I've spent way too much time around
Damn,
you. I
girl,
can't
that
speak
was
English.
good. That was great. Can you clarify?
Can you
Go
click,
ahead,
clack?
girl.
Claire, can you clarify who started that rumor? Did it come from someone inside yours and Derek's camp? Or was it started by the Twitterverse?
Honestly, I haven't seen Derek. He could still be in there, like who's to say where he is.
Where is he stuck? The scary verse?
Yeah, probably he's in the Netherverse. The
No,
Nether. What
No.
is it?
He's in
The
the high
nether
rollers
world, or
room.
whatever the fuck they
nether
call it.
region.
Oh, these are
Yeah, the
scary.
nether regions or whatever, because they got Julie saying nether regions on television. But no, he could. You're right. He could be there. I mean, he definitely did not just play tennis with Jeff Probst. He definitely did not just go to London just a week ago, and he definitely did not. And I know for sure did not go to Taylor Swift concert, but had someone hold the phone like he was at Taylor Swift concert, because I was
Well,
on it. Okay,
well,
I
well,
was
well.
on it.
Is if he's a Gemini, then that wasn't him, that was his twin.
He's not a Gemini.
I don't think he's a Gemini.
Girl,
well,
only twin Derek X have is me. We're twins. We're both Derek. We're both the same. We are both cut from the same cloth. Okay,
cut from the same cloth, same player,
Claire was
same
supposed
bald
to date
head.
me, and Claire were supposed to end up together, but unfortunately, Derek X got in the way once we got the jury.
Look, Big D, if you have been in jury, who knows what could have happened?
That is true, girl. I don't know
I
what
was trying to
happened.
get you out. I was trying to get you to jury.
Claire, listen, I love you and I miss you so much, Claire. I miss all our conversations and everything when we used to talk about. I just miss all me and Claire moments, I'm telling you. But I'm just so happy. So you're in LA, which is great. We do miss you on the East Coast. It's just crazy because now we're like all on the East Coast. Hannah's on the East Coast, so you have to come see us.
I know. It's only a matter of time, perhaps. But
Okay.
Please
well,
come
let's
back,
get into
Claire.
Big Brother, you guys.
What exactly
okay?
is in LA? I'm trying to get everyone to move back to the East Coast because everyone needs to take a page out of my book and leave that place.
Look, Chad, I don't know where you're going to go in 4 years when you get your residency, okay? You were out here, so I was like, okay, I'll come out and follow Chada out to LA. And then you left. So, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Yeah.
This is very
shame
true.
on you.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Stay tuned so
This
you
is
can follow
facts.
me wherever I go, to Oklahoma and beyond.
Not Oklahoma and beyond. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into Big Brother, you guys. Okay, Claire, you've been watching this season, of course. I keep up with your tweets. Let me first ask, what is your thoughts with Cirie being on Big Brother? How do you feel being such a big Survivor fan? What's your thoughts?
Look, I have a bone to pick with y'all because I saw your episode title last week and people were not happy about it. Saying, oh, the fall of Cirie, the potential fall of Cirie. And let me say this, okay? And we'll get into it, I'm sure, about what Cirie's doing in there. But I love Cirie, and I will not stand for Cirie slander. Call me Claire Fields. I'm out here. I will be defending her for the rest of my life, probably.
Oh.
But of course, like, Cirie is such a motivation for me. She was someone that I didn't really want to emulate her gameplay, but I've loved watching her play. And she was always someone who couldn't really win the comps. which I really relate to.
Yeah,
but,
girl.
Had this working all the time. And she's just, a very charismatic person. So I enjoy watching her play. I've loved watching her play. It was like the most exciting time in my life when she was announced to play. And I've loved watching her. Like last week was a huge blow to her game, but okay, let's see how she can piece it all back together with Jared in the game,
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Actually, I have a question. Speaking of Jared, how do you feel about Jared being Big D's protege? Do you see any similarities there?
I think he didn't take the lessons he should have taken from Big D. Maybe
Thank
he
you.
learned some wrong lessons. And,
Right.
I don't how long did you guys chat, Big D?
I feel like every episode I have to defend myself, but Claire, that is a good answer. Yes, I will tell you this. I probably talked to Jared if I say, because I found out last year, okay, he said he was going for it, and then, know how the process is,
Yeah.
He don't know yet. We don't know if he's on it. Once he was like, I think I'm going to be on it early this year, I was like, when we were driving back from Canada from the Survivor event, I called him in the car. It was me and Bryce, and we had a good, because his mom made it clear. His mom's like, you need to go talk to Big D. I need you to pick up Big D's social game, whatever. That's what she made it clear, okay? We had a conversation. I gave him 4 pointers. I said, you're going to play the game you want to play. I said, always go for the HOH. Always protect, always be respectful to the women. I said, especially the black women, because no matter what you do, you will get tracked, okay? If you disagree with the women, just keep your fucking mouth shut and let somebody else take them out or keep your feelings to yourself, okay? I said, lastly, if you have the urge to see another...
He told Jared to break up with his girlfriend.
Good advice.
All good advice. Honestly,
Yeah,
all
of
solid
this.
Brother. Yeah.
And I said, when it comes, and I also told him just to be prepared to know, like, mentally, Big Brother's gonna fuck you up mentally. That's what I told him, okay? And I said, play the best you can, do the best you can, and play your own game, and don't worry about, which he has said on the live feed, don't worry about what everybody else is thinking outside, because they don't know what it's like to be in that house, and things can be heightened to 100 when you're watching from the outside, and that's all I said. I don't know. I think I did a good job, but right now I do. There's good things and there's bad things, but when you know how it is, Claire, in that house, like, girl, it's like the fucking Twilight Zone up in that that place. Like, you'd be like, oh my god, I forgot 1,000 times there's cameras, and I'd be like, shit. But Hannah was always there to make sure to give a face or a correction when it came to Big D, especially at that fucking table. I'll never forget.
There you go.
Anyway, let's get into Big Brother, okay? So, Miss Felicia and Izzy just got blindsided by Cameron. They are currently on the block. Cameron is HOH. How did you feel about the pie? Like, they did the little pie, like, put the pie in the face. How did you feel about it, Claire? Any thoughts?
I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Like, people are always talking about, like, bring back the key wheel. And I was always kind of like, nah, it doesn't really matter. Like, who really cares? But honestly, I did really like the drama of the pie, or the key wheel, especially because the nominees, like, didn't know who it was. So it's like the moment when he's pieing people, it's like, oh, everyone's shocked, People at home are shocked. Everyone's shocked. And normally it's just like, oh, the 2 people know, so it's like, whatever, like, okay, flip them on. But I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Did you guys peep when Miss Felicia took her tooth out because she thought she was gonna get pied, but then she didn't get pied, and she
put it right
sort of
back
had
in.
a feeling that she was gonna go up, so then she put the tooth right back in. It was so funny. So
Girl,
funny.
I have never seen anything like it. Listen, Miss Felicia is definitely an auntie. She is an auntie, literally in the family.
Through and through.
Through and through, baby. She just remind me of my aunt in the South. She ain't got no filter. She's like, Oh, okay. Yeah. Girl, what? Okay, so
Very unserious.
Miss Felicia and Cameron have a heated conversation in the HOH room about how he was left out of, the vote because Red, went home the week before. Izzy and Cameron are being fake to each other. He's trying to tell Izzy like, oh, I'm just putting you up as a pawn, okay? That fake ass bullshit that happens in Big Brother, okay? America is happy that Cameron is finally seeing through the BS. It seems like Cameron's plan, like he said, is for, Cirie to be the backdoor plan if that's the case. And Izzy and Felicia are running the house, so he wants to put them up, okay? Cirie comes in playing nicey. I really did enjoy Cirie trying to act like she kissing his ass, which it just blew my mind. Like, thank you so much. Like, thank you. This is just so thankful. Okay, I'm just so happy. Jag and Cameron come up with. Is it Jag and Cameron that comes up with this? Oh, I'm sorry. Jag and Matt come up with an alliance name called the Minuteman that was kind of be the Minute or Minuteman or whatever shit. It was kind of be like a copycat of Derek and Cody's alliance, whatever. And they want to keep noms the same because they don't want to get backdoored either of those two. Okay. Jared, please interrupt me at any time, ladies. Jared is telling him. Jared and shut up, fucking Hannah. Cameron tells Jared about the plan of backdooring his mother, okay? Which he was kind of like, had a feeling it was coming, okay? It's time to pick players for the veto competition. We have in the veto, we have Izzy, Miss Felicia, Cam, Matt, Jag, and Jared, okay? Miss Felicia thinks that Jared is going to save him if they do this competition. Now, this was the competition of the buddy games, okay? I feel bad because you guys know how hot it is backyard when they put that fucking canopy and then, like, we're all back there. The heat is constricted. Miss Felicia, shout out to her. She did pretty good in the comp. She did better than Brent. And I was like, wow, that's really impressive. Like, really impressive. Okay?
There's just no need for that Brent lashing. At all.
What did Brent do?
You just dragged that poor Italian man.
Shout out to Brent. Reason. Okay. How did you guys feel about the comp? Did you think it was like interesting? Because, the prizes. How did you guys feel?
Claire, you go first.
I'll say I always enjoy like the prize comp.
Okay.
Like our season.
You were backing that thing up, Claire. I remember you were like this. You were like, you were showing Derek. You were like, here it is.
Yeah, I went out first, so
it's because it was moving too much.
Yeah, it was moving too much, girl.
Yeah, it was. Whatever.
Okay, so you say you like the prize competitions.
Of course, I enjoy because without a doubt, there's always going to be drama that falls out from it of like who's going for what prize or like, oh, you didn't do this and you should have done this. I enjoy seeing people all stacked up competing against each other. And I enjoyed all the punishments, and like the prizes and which will probably.
Yeah. If you were in that situation, would you have took the veto? Okay, you're not on the block. Do you take the veto? Do you take the prize, or do you take the trip?
This is always the thing with this comp, though, is people don't realize unless you're the last person, it's not worth taking the veto. Or unless I think if you're on the block and it's only your allies left, take the veto. Just so you have power. But if you go out second, what's the point in taking the veto, right? I remember this was drama. There was conflict our season of why didn't SB take the veto when she could have taken the veto? We're really getting into BB25 lore.
That's what we talk about on this show because that's the only thing we could go off of. So yeah, you're right. I remember that drama.
People were still what? That was Lit. Was that Liz? Was that no? It like Liz and Britt were still like
Yes.
up there competing. So it's like
Yes.
obviously SBU's getting out third, even if she's on the block. Like isn't going to take the veto. Like she might
Right.
as well take a prize.
Right.
And I feel like people always get so upset when the people
Yes.
on the block don't claim the veto.
Yeah.
Like. It's basic math of like, why are we getting
Of
upset
course.
here when someone's just going to steal it? Like, I would rather have $5,000 than a stupid punishment, you know?
I agree with that, Claire. I think that's funny because I remember this. I would say this. Like, I remember I didn't even go for the veto to save X. I went for the fucking.
Because you didn't need to.
Because I didn't need to. I didn't.
You didn't need it. Like,
I had the fastest. I had the fastest time in the history. I had the
Claire.
longest distance. And fastest
Claire.
I should have
time.
gone for that damn money, too.
Claire, Big D still talks about this.
X.
Big D still talks about that one win 2.5 years later in the competition that he was only competing against himself. He even told Kaser, he was like, no, I did win one competition. And I was like, Big D, if you don't quit with a time of 18 hours, 24 minutes.
We need the sunglasses on.
They were like, oh, we wonder who it could be. And then we go inside and he immediately starts washing dishes like,
Like, damn. That's crazy, whoever did that.
So that's a prime example. But Claire, I will say, like, if you think about this, is probably the first time because I agree with what you're saying. I don't think if you're first, second, third, like, just don't go for the veto. Like, it's just stupid to me. But this was weird because this was one of those competitions where Jarrett was like fourth out and he went for the veto and Jag and Matt did not take it from him. And that was like, that's one of those situations where you're like, what the hell? I felt bad because I think Matt did not understand the competition and did not understand his prize because I think he really thought he was going to hang out with, what's his name, Matt Bizzo?
Josh Jamal.
Oh,
Josh
Dash
Jamal.
Jamal? Whatever his
No,
fucking
no,
name
no,
is.
no. Josh Duhamel,
Great
not
bell.
Jamal.
Josh Duhamel.
Yes.
Okay. Josh Duhamel. He thought he was gonna, I guess, hang out with him for a whole week, you know, which in reality, you probably, if I was sitting there, I would think like a whole week outside of Big Brother, but I would have been asking questions. Like, you know, I would have stopped production and be like, hey, so-and-so, Rich or whoever's up there, I need to know exactly what this prize is. Do I hang out with him after the comp, after Big Brother, or right now? But he didn't know. So he took that prize, which I felt bad for. Izzy took the prize, got stuck with the prize of the Piggy prize, which I did say on Twitter, if I had to pick somebody to do the Piggy with, I would have picked Derek X to do it with, so I could have tortured him and talked his ear off the whole damn time, okay? So that prize was great, because Izzy's like, oh, you know what? You put me on the block, I'm picking the HOH, which sucks, okay? And then Miss Felicia and Sari got the kayak one. Girl, there's no way I would have took that one. That one would have killed me. Okay? Because my fat ass can't even fit through the doors half the time at the Big Brother house. So there's no way you going to put me in a kayak and then try to get my fat ass to go places. It would have been it. That would have been it. Okay? So,
Back to the blue couch in the back room you go.
fuck you, Hannah.
I know
Fuck
you hate me.
Okay. All right. So, they also have a punishment where they have to put a gas mask on. Okay? That was interesting. Corey and America, they have their first romantic kiss. You know. When did you and Derek have your first romantic kiss?
And
Right, girl. She was about to spill the tea.
what if I reveal it was like in the house?
Girl, you know what's so funny? I still did not know you two were together until we got to, which I can't spill no tea, till we got to the Airbnb. And I go,
Well, when would we have brought it up?
I don't know, but that's the only time I knew y'all were together, because I go, they together? When did they get together? I'm confused. When did this happen? Like, that threw me for a fucking loop. I've never been so confused, okay?
Big D was just trying to reintegrate into society and had to deal with that curveball.
Didn't know. I didn't know. There's more to that story, but I'm not telling that story to be respectful. Now, okay, we get into the live eviction night. Listen, they were wrong for making Miss Felicia like the opening of the seed of Big Brother where she falls and whatnot. Because, you know, she passed out from the competition. She had a whole pass out like like Brent, so
Yeah.
you know,
like Kyland in Bowl Arena.
yes, I don't think people knew that Kylie passed out. Also, like it was, babe, we were dropping like flies, but you could tell that. What's his name? Josh, the
Yeah.
host. Josh and the rest of the competitors on the side were like sweating because each time they would cut to the screen, you would see more and more sweat on everybody. I don't think people understand how hot it is, and do you want people to spin around? It's very tough. You know, I have trauma from it. You know, it's very hard for me to, you know, now spin in a circle. Even when I dance and I do a little two-step and I turn around, you know, and I do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around, it's very hard for me, okay? Very difficult. PTSD. Okay, so Saria's trying to figure out what to do in order to keep Izzy. What do you think that she should have done in order to keep Izzy? What is your thoughts?
Chada.
Ooh, someone else go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I have not watched Big Brother in a minute.
Chada. Okay. Well,
You know I don't like hearing my voice the whole episode, okay? And I don't need the comments saying, is Big D going to shut the fuck up and let everybody else talk, or I'm going to talk
I'm
the whole time?
sorry. I have finals next week. I'm
Fuck
doing
those
the best I
finals. You're
can.
already a doctor, girl.
No,
I already
that's
told you that.
just
Take the
not
knife.
true.
You
You have
take
the
the
white
knife.
coat.
Right, you take the knife and you just cut him, girl. You just fucking cut him. And then you just stitch him up and you say, you're much better now. Here's a Band-Aid. Kiss it and go. Fuck all that bullshit.
Okay, the Fraser School of Medicine.
True.
I want that degree.
Okay. Well, now I feel like this is fun because it's like a recap for Chada, basically. Okay, this is where I think, I mean, what really went wrong was Sari was stuck in that kayak for 48 hours. Like, and so she wasn't able to talk with Felicia, who's on the block and who she wants out that week. And so as soon as that happens, your game just stops and your game pauses. But you guys know this, 48 hours in BB23 is like nothing compared to 48 hours in this house this year.
Baby,
right?
anything can change. Think about when Christian
Yeah.
was trying to keep his ass there. Like, we were all, like, we had the plan set up and it just kept changing. Or when, you know, DX pulled the chessboard out on me and looked at me and we looked at each other and I go, you need me. And I go, no, I don't.
Okay,
Who's
but
going to protect you? But go, Claire. I'm sorry.
I think Claire's point is that like this season is even more fluid, way more fluid than ours was. Nothing is ever concrete or set in stone. It's insane how much flip-flops in this house and just fluctuates in, I don't know, a span of 3 hours, let alone 48. So Claire, continue, because that's a really good point.
Yeah, like, I mean, how I think about it is like, I'm like, the first few weeks felt very chaotic in our house, but then eventually it like settled, right? And like, it just is what it is, and that's what's gonna be. We would say a plan, the plan would happen, right? And we would just have days where like, we want to talk game. It's very funny. I saw on Twitter someone be like, on Big Brother 23, why did they do, their campaigning on Wednesdays? And it was like on Wednesday's campaign day, and they ran it like an HOH, and they were like hosting meetings, like they treated it like work, and then they did big blue couch afterwards. And I'm like, damn, we really did do that. Like, we really were just like, okay, no campaigning on Tuesday and Wednesday, gotta hit the ground hard.
Let me tell you something. Production probably missed our ass because we were very organized. Like, we were like, we're going to talk this day. If y'all want to come and pull some shit, we can pull some shit. But this was going to be, we're going to have family meals at this time. If you need time to go take a second for yourself because you a little bit worried, like, it was very organized. This is like all over the place. And Claire, you're right. Your point is right. Like, for example, with Sari being in that kayak for 48 hours, it definitely messed up her game. Keep in mind that my fucking notes just disappeared.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I can keep.
Nope, I got it. Okay. Keep in mind that America pulls a really good move and she goes snitches to Cameron about like all the different relationships. Also talking about Jared being a part of the plan of like when he won. Like, I don't know if Cameron was really that lost, but the fact that America's like, did you notice that no one clapped or smiled when you won? And he's like, oh, I didn't notice. What? Like, what game are they playing?
Yeah.
What game are they playing?
Well, and the fact that, like, Cameron, in his head, like, his closest ally is literally Jared. And he thought Jared was out of the red flip until basically America told him. And then he was like, oh, damn, like, you're saying he is close with Suri and them? Like, so I shouldn't have been saying I wanted to backdoor Suri. Like, oh, interesting.
It's absolutely wild how your perception is real. I mean, yes, perception is reality in life, but like in that house, your perception can be so warped based on what you know and based on what you don't know and like the fraction of the puzzle that you're getting. Mm-hmm. And so your reality is just going to be completely skewed. Like you could quite literally be playing in a state of delusion for however many days. And
why you guys laugh about the word delusion?
Oh, why? Me?
Yeah.
I was the delusional one, Big B. You were
Claire, you were not delusional, Claire. Claire, you were trying to take out the biggest threat, which was me. You were not delusional at all. You were not.
No,
you were not.
We all had our moments of delusion, but Claire, please continue.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to reaffirm what you were saying. And also, like, it's very easy to, like, assess from the outside and been, like, obvious, like, why didn't he realize the Jared? But it's, like, he didn't even, you know, it's interesting.
It's hard. Like we said, people don't get it. People don't, until you're in that house, people do not understand it. You don't have the people on the outside or the like phones or things that you're more self-aware about. When you take all those things that you're common to, you just put these people in the house. It's just like how you got little rotes or mouses. You put the cheese at the end, and then you got to figure out how to get to the cheese. And it's just like they're all fucking running all over the place. But then you throw like a big cat in the mix, and then when you throw a cat, it's like, what's gonna happen? And the cat is like the twists and turns that you throw into the game. People don't really understand it. It's like a cat and mouse game. Okay.
I have never heard that analogy before, but I'm gonna start using that from now on.
Me as well.
Listen. They do age well. Now, America, I'm going to give America credit, okay? America is doing really well because she is just stirring up the whole house. America, to me, I would be trying to get her out as soon as possible. She is stirring up the whole house. She also went to her man, I'm going to call her man now, Corey, okay? And told Corey, like, hey, like, you're probably at the bottom of the alliance and like basically getting in his head. So Corey is kind of like, am I getting played by like Jared? Am I getting played by like Sari? He's really starting to start thinking. So let me tell you something. Corey goes into this like campaign mode where he's like, we need to flip the votes. We are not sending home Miss Felicia. We are sending home Izzy. And I think where a lot of the parts that I feel like they kind of messed up at in this episode, number one, Sari being in that kayak for 48 episodes. Number two, I think Jared was also not good with keeping they don't like, and Tiffany said this last time, they can't keep shit to themselves. Like the fact that everybody knows that I want to go after a certain person, maybe one person can know or two people, but everybody knew that I wanted to go after Cameron. And I think his relationship, if he would have kept that relationship on tight with Cameron, he'd probably be sitting pretty, which we'll get to later, moving forward. Okay. Yeah. Izzy goes home.
I have a question for Claire, because this last week was just like peak Big Brother, in my opinion. You have somebody who's been running the house for 40-something days, and in the blink of an eye, she shifts to being the target, and then she's voted out nearly unanimously. So I definitely want to get into that and break it down and talk about the events that led up to it. So you guys are saying that America starts snitching to Cam, and then brings her observations to Corey. Yeah. And then Corey and America flip the house, right? Ish? What do you think, Claire?
Okay, so I think this is all true. Like, I think it's many factors that led into the flip. It was a combination of, so America talked with Cameron and opened Cameron's eyes, right? But Cameron doesn't necessarily have a vote. But now Cameron is going to Bowie and being like, hey, I don't really know how much we can trust Suri. I don't really know all this. So that's definitely happening. But then also the entire time Suri has been in the kayak, Jared has basically been a jerk to Corey, to America, like not keeping up his relationship with Matt, not really talking to Jag that much, and is telling like Corey to his face, like, I want to get rid of America next. Like, I don't care about Cameron. I just want America out. And
yeah, I don't know why you would ever do that, especially because Amanda's just sitting there not doing anything.
America,
in the first place.
we've been over this before. Her name's America, not Amanda.
America is just, Jared, of course, is caught on to America, so I get where he's going. But you're right. Go, Claire. Keep going, girl.
Yeah. So it's like, Cameron's probably is coming after you. So like, why? Okay. So that happened the night before, and then they're also all on slop this whole week. When we all know how much slop really does affect how you play the game. Like, it affected, just a brain fog. You're tired, you're grumpy, you're upset, which I think also hurt the week. Or, caused the mayhem. So that happened. So already Corey's like, I don't know how good I really am with Jared. I still do feel good with Izzy, though, but okay. So the week progresses, and it's the day of the vote, or the night before the vote. America, Corey, Jag, and Matt also all link up, the four of them, and they're kind of like, something feels like it's going on. I feel like Suri is running the game. I think Izzy and Felicia are lying to us. Corey and America revealed to Jag and Matt that Suri and them told them about the 7 deadly sins, which is the alliance that Jag and Blue and all of them were in with them. And so then it's as soon as you know that someone else knows about an alliance, it's oh, holy shit. They don't trust this alliance. This alliance isn't real. I remember this happened to me and Tiff week 3. Kylan told us that Sarah Beth told him about our 3-person alliance we had with SB. And then it was oh, we can't trust SB. Oh, shoot. SB's running all our information back. And that event happening is such a huge trigger and red flag of oh, I can't trust this person at all, and then the next day, then sorry, this is now just my recap, and we still have so much to cover. And then the next day, America tells, because Mimi and Felicia are out of the loop of getting rid of Felicia. No one has really told them yet. They've all been dodgy, and you guys know, when someone's on the block, you get you don't want to say anything to them. You don't want to be yo, it just is you. And so you just let them run around haha, okay, hopefully it's not me, dee. And then eventually though, someone has to be you're going home. Your ass is gone. That's a hard convo to have. So no one had that convo. But America goes to Mimi and is hey, I don't think the votes are there. And at the same time, Cameron's going to Felicia and it's just they're lying to you. They're getting rid of you. So now Felicia's kind of freaking out. Mimi's freaking out. And Izzy sees they're freaking out. And she goes to Corey and is we got to get rid. Maybe this is the day before. I don't remember. We got to get rid of America. Soon. And then Corey's oh, Izzy's coming after my number 1 right now. And I need a flip. We just have to flip. We can't do this. And so then they run, flip. Okay. And then the day before the vote, then there's the huge fight between Jared and Corey.
Yes, which we get into tonight.
Which was on Sunday's episode.
Okay, so
Perfect.
What I'm gathering from this, and thank you guys so much for catching me up.
Yeah,
so it was kind of a combination.
Why you enjoy your noodles?
I was eating blueberry pie. However.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh. But girl, did she make anything?
You know I don't
You
bake.
know her. What the hell she gonna bake? The
Wait,
day
no,
Hannah
what's
bakes,
the thing you
let me
always
tell you
eat
something.
in
The
the
day
house?
that Hannah bakes something is the day that I pronounce every word correctly in life. And that would never happen.
I'm about to go bake something.
What you go
What?
tell us, girl. Come on, girl. Tell us
know.
what you go bake.
You know that that cup not cupcakes, but cake that you
Cake
can
in a
make
cup?
in a mug? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Just get you an easy make, the easy bake ovens that the girls
Yeah.
used to have when they were young. We just go get you that, okay? Very simple. Just
Easy Bake, if you're watching this, my DMs are
Sponsor
open.
your girl.
Slide to DMs. Give her a branding deal, please. Please, anyone that has a cookie branding deal that wants to give Hannah a cookie branding deal to make some type of treat, girl, I am 100%. Please slide into Hannah's DMs.
You
I
do
need
realize
to see
that
you do cooking.
No, Azza literally lives 10 minutes away from me. I will just have Azza make the food for me and then try to pass it off as my own.
You could get Oz's little puff packets.
Yes,
I would love to see you
do.
try to make that.
I would not. I think she should just make them for me.
We're putting you up to a challenge, and you never turned down the challenge.
I have turned down a lot of challenges in my life.
Have you?
Yeah.
Rise to the occasion.
No.
Okay.
I'm simply not that
You're
motivated.
gonna be a doctor.
Right. I learned that if you can
damn.
cook and use the utensils in the kitchen and work the measurements and stuff, it will help you with your doctoring skills.
But I don't want to be a surgeon.
Well, putting people to fuck to sleep is the same thing. You got to make sure you time how long they're put to sleep, just like cooking. So if you let the fucking
Big
cake
D,
burn,
that is
that's
just not
telling
how-
you're going to let somebody
that is not how
die.
anesthesiology works.
Big D is true.
No, Big D really said, okay, you put someone to sleep, you set the timer for 45 minutes, I'll come back when they're well done. Wake them up.
Please give us your thoughts, Hannah. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
Give us
fine.
your thoughts.
Okay, so it was kind of a combination of America and Corey noticing things, putting things together, Jag and Matt being blindsided that the 7 deadly sins had been leaked, Izzy running her mouth about America mistakenly. Again, I don't know why she would say that to Corey's showmance, because at this point, everyone knows that they're an official showmance. So what was she thinking? And Felicia not doing anything to hurt her game, Sari being down for the count for 48 hours, and Jared, I guess, deliberately ruining his relationships and not watering them at all while his mom was down for the count because he needs his mom to hold his hand. Okay, so this was just the perfect recipe for the vote flipping. And I'm really sad that I missed this in real time because, again, peak Big Brother. When it's good, it's great. Wow.
That is
okay.
true.
Thank
Which
you for
led
breaking this
to
down. Yeah.
which led this to an 8-1 vote of Izzy going home. Okay. I want to shout out Mimi. Mimi ate it up in the green screen. Okay. She made it
In
clear.
the diary room.
In the diary room, okay. I love that she said, "Don't worry, friends and family. I know they all snakes and shit." I love that. That gave me everything I need. Also, Izzy has earned a lot of my love after her exit because let me tell you something. It reminded me of Claire. Where Claire did this awesome exit where she said, "No one hug me."
I'll see you on
And
finale
like-
night. She said later, losers. Didn't you say later, losers?
Yeah, I said later, losers.
She did. She did.
Me and Tiffany
So
were
I
like,
love-
well, yeah, these people, but like, is she talking about us? I'm confused.
But I will say I loved it. It was given a clear moment, and I loved that Izzy just pushed Cameron, tell him I'll see you soon, pig, and then also called Corey a pig too. And I live
Squeak.
same thing. He is a little pipsqueak. Love Corey. We love Corey on this podcast. We love Corey. How would I ever? I would never. He's doing such a good job. I just tweeted about him the other day. Him and Corey are doing such a good job on this game. Yes, we love Corey here. So that's what happened in that episode. Now we get into tonight's episode. We're going into the wall comp, guys. You remember the wall comp? What was your first impressions like? When you saw the wall comp, we saw Josh Martinez, which I love that. I thought that was such a great theme, with the meatball and the sauce. What was your guys' thoughts when you saw the wall comp?
Obviously, wall comp is iconic. Wait, okay. But also, before we get to wall comp, can we talk about the 7-person jury?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Did you hear about this, Chada? That
Of course.
they're going from a 9-person jury to a 7-person jury, which would have meant on our season that Brittany and DX did not make jury.
I thought about that. That's
Damn,
it. And then
DX
you would
would've
have
been so
and then you
happy,
would have
too.
and then you would have ended up with Big T. Just like you were
Well, no, maybe
supposed
still in
to.
5'2", so I don't know. It's me and SB or something.
Oh my God, you and SB could have been something. Oh, that would have been a twist.
She has Shelly. She has Shelly,
respect
guys.
to Shelly. I would have
Yes.
been respectful to Shelly.
Oh, remember we thought Shelly was fake. But other than that, yes, okay.
We found out she wasn't.
We found out she wasn't. Okay.
Very much
So
real.
yes. What do you guys think? Like I like that actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't. Just because how in the world is the first 8 weeks of the game still pre-jury? I like when you add that element of jury management to the game, because you can't just, throw wind to the fire. Like, you have to maintain relationships for optics. You have to nurture them appropriately. You have to try to gauge, what am I going to reveal in my goodbye messages? What am I going to keep a secret? Does the order in which I send people to jury matter? If I send so-and-so to jury, are they going to go to bat for me? So there are all of these additional factors and layers that you add to the game, and I like for that I would like for that portion of the game to be longer than this 9-week pre-jury, 8-week pre-jury. That's insane to me.
Yeah. That is very long, but what I would say is if someone had gone last week, like if Izzy was on a jury, like she wouldn't have even lasted half the game. Like they haven't hit 50 days yet. And so to have someone who's literally been in the game for less than half the time, evaluating and judging and voting, like that's very hard. Like, because I'm sure in 55 days, Izzy's also gonna be over it. Like she probably won it because she's Izzy and like iconic. And look, I'm obsessed with Izzy, okay? Second chances for Izzy.
I love Izzy. Listen, at first I didn't care for her, but last night she got I love me some drama, Claire. So anytime you gonna give me some drama, that's how you become Big D's favorite. When you give me some drama and entertainment. If you boring, I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I'll say, so I do like that shorting, especially because it's such a long season. Like, it's just cruel to keep someone in jury for that long, in my opinion. But then also, I like it because it does make every single vote more important, right? So we've seen seasons in the past where it's like someone will win and really they just got the first few people to jury's votes. Like they'll get jurors like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I guess it would be like 5. But then they don't get the people who played like the end game at all. Like we've seen that. Like I'm pretty sure like Paul, like that was like his losing factor was because he betrayed so many people at the end. Whereas in this estimate with like 7 people, okay, 4 votes is all that you need to win. Like, and that just feels so much fewer to me, especially when there are so many kind of duos this season. I would guess that like Corey and America are going to vote the same. Jag and Matt will vote the same. Suri and Jared will vote the same. I think that it makes a very interesting like potential jury vote having just a smaller amount too.
Absolutely. And also, only 5 people are going to be in that jury house, and the last person's going to walk out on finale night, and then the person before that is going to join the rest of the jurors at round table. Mm-hmm. So, I guess to your point, because there were so many of us in that jury house, we were obviously discussing, potential scenarios for the end of the game. And I don't want to say all of us were on the same page, but we definitely
Yeah, you guys definitely were not on the same page.
That's the thing. No, we really weren't.
We weren't on the same page, but we were still like, okay, I think I know what Claire's thinking. Claire probably knows what I'm thinking. Like, we were just very free and open about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I don't know why you're so salty. You walked out with $80,000 more than the
I
rest
need
of
to
us.
know, and girl, that with the taxes. I need to win like Derek X and Claire just won Amazing Race, okay? And that bald head bitch Xavier. But y'all were thinking all right. I should have been up in that damn jury. They should have gave me a little mic to remind you, motherfuckers, okay? But anyway,
Okay, so I just feel like having a larger jury, maybe our individual vote just doesn't matter as much, because groups of people from having conversations with each other may just end up voting together. But I don't know, if you have only 7 people on the jury and only 5 people in that jury house, I don't actually have to vote the way you vote. And my vote could really be the sway here. So exactly what you just said, Claire, that does make it more interesting. But I don't know, the fact that pre-jury is 2 months. I've aged 7 years in the last 7 years.
Also, Julie announced it that we are going to have a double eviction. So that's also coming too. So yeah, this week is going to be chaos. So to get into tonight's episode.
Do you guys think that the house guests know there's a double eviction? I know they've been talking about it.
Yeah, they don't know, but they're guessing just based off like time and how much time is left. They're like, I think there has to be a double soon. And so, but like you remember, like we're always thinking like it's a double this week.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Yeah. We thought it was a double all the time, and we thought there was a battle back every 5 minutes. So
we
that's
really
just
did.
What it is.
We were like,
So to get into tonight's episode, as I was mentioning before, the wall comp. How do you guys feel? Like seeing it? What's your thoughts on the theme? Like, what do you guys think?
I will say, like, I enjoy anytime they call back, a different player. So seeing, like, the meatball up there himself, Josh Martinez, was very fun. And, the wall's iconic. Like, who doesn't want to be on the wall? I do think, like, it was a very short competition. And the fact that I think that's partially due to the fact that they were literally all on slop last week. So your body's just like shot. I was trying to find if we could had times for them that we could compare with our season, but I
actually don't want to see that because I feel like Miss Felicia beat me. And,
I actually did see the times. I can't recall them off the top.
Of course you did, girl. Of course you did.
No, I can't recall.
Where's the photographic memory, Chada?
That's not how photographic memory works.
You're remembering body parts? Is that what you're doing? You're remembering neurons?
Yes.
That is true.
Precisely. There's only so much room up here, but I did see times.
The chromacons and the vomitons and the tupatopes and the telesopes and the couple falls and sometimes the glitterous that goes to the titterus, the fitterus. Just how it is. Very simple. I remember all the terms real quick. Wait till I get I can do her homework for her. Okay. But wait, before we get into tonight, before we also get into the HOH comp, we do have to talk about because now going into this HOH comp, there was a big blowout that happened. Okay, and the big blow up that happened between Corey and Jared was pure chaos, and to the point that I was just like. I don't even know what to think, what to do. It was insane. Like,
So you would say that Corey was bringing the drama. So, is he one of your favorites?
Yes. He was bringing something to the table, and I appreciate it. I will say this. I love that Corey also stood his ground. Let's just kind of touch a little bit on this. Corey and Jared and Matt, if I'm correct, are having a conversation about, the things that have been told, the fake alliances, everything. And I think it just comes down to now Corey and Jared have both lied. They both have. And now they're calling each other out. They're like saying everything about their alliances that were real, that were fake. Like they were just spilling on each other back and forth. I mean, it was getting heated and loud and passionate. And you know how it is. Like you're in the game. Also, if there's someone that you do trust, it's hard when you fight with your friends. I do know it's very difficult. Okay, and things are just getting very heated. I thought what I found interesting in this argument was that each time this argument is going on, there's more and more people getting added to this have-not room, which that's the last thing you need to happen when you're having a falling out with somebody. Now it's like you guys just have to keep saying everything because everyone's going to pick up on this information and go, who do I believe in this moment? I also have to give a shout out. I can't believe I'm going to do this. To Bobby J, a.k.a. JoJo Siwa.
A queen.
Whatever. She did clock the tea because Sari was in there too. And Sari said, yes, we had an alliance just like the cookout when they had fake, alliances. And Bowie J turned around and go, Yes, but they knew about the other fake alliances. Unlike we didn't know about y'all fake alliance. So, whoop, that was a really clock T moment. But with this argument, you could definitely tell that everyone is now kind of figured out Jared, and I think they've also figured out Sari. I don't mean to go back. I think I found it weird for Blue when she gave that vote in the episode that she was like, gladly or to get rid of Izzy. That was weird to me.
I think Blue is just looking for like a viral / memeable moment.
Damn, you sound like Adam. Adam just said that last night. He'd be making fun of Blue every 5 minutes. Like, he feel like he's just like a Gen Z type of kid. Like, you know, she's like, yeah, whatever. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Purr. Yeah, no, she's kind of like a walking, living, breathing TikTok. She's like
25. She is 25.
Let's see. She would have been born in 97, maybe 98.
98.
Depending on her birthday. Yeah.
August 1st, 1998.
Oh, so she just turned 25. Oh, wow. She's a youngin'. Yeah. Okay. So
Claire,
that
you look
that
so
makes
beautiful,
sense.
by the way. You look so cozy and so beautiful, just so you know.
Me?
Yes, I just love how you look. You look like a Cali girl. You're just like
You do.
long hair, like a big oversized shirt.
You know, it's just me and Bowie in LA. It's who we are. Can we hang out with her afterwards?
Oh, Claire, I love
My
you.
new
but
Chata.
you- Look, I love you, Claire, but she ain't got enough flavor to be hanging out with you, girl. Okay, she need to figure out. She's JoJo Seawalk. Okay, could you see her with those? Hey, look, girl. Matter of fact, you should hang out with her. Help her with the pigtails, her style. She need to dress
Look.
down.
You all of these Bowie chain lashings.
Okay. Anyway,
Look, I love Bowie Jane.
Claire, I can't have this. You can't have this.
She's so funny to me.
Listen, I let you have Corey. I let you have America.
Look, I'm not claiming any of them.
You don't like America? What? Big D.
I told y'all I don't care for like the I don't care for those characters.
Okay.
I told you I'm a drama. I watch Housewives, Real Housewives, RuPaul. I want the
America
fuck
was
you,
definitely-
motherfucking bitch. I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck all that. Fuck
I don't think anyone in the
Okay.
house is giving that.
Jared is.
Okay, so remember how Big D said he
Jane.
trained Jared? And how he said, be respectful, Jared, work with the women. I don't think that's what BT. I don't think
That's what I said.
You know what makes a
Actually
good
told
game
him.
player?
Yeah.
Back to the wall comp.
Wait, guys, really
Go
quickly.
ahead.
About this fight, do you think Sari could have said anything or done anything in that setting to perhaps flip the vote back to getting Felicia out? Or do you think she was just like unnecessarily inserting herself into that conversation, and at that point they were like, yeah, no, you're too plugged in, like you need to be cut off?
In my opinion, like, I think Suri being there, like, helped, like, okay, lower everything and, like, okay, let's just keep going, which I think was for the best, because I think if she hadn't, then, like, who knows what else could have been blown up, exploded from Jared or whoever. But I think at that point, it was just very locked in. And I think it would have been very, very hard to change anything at that point. So, like, once the ball had already rolled, information had been exposed, it's like, you can't really do anything else. You just have to, like, deal with what you can.
I do agree. I do agree with what you're saying, Claire, but I also think it hurted them. I think it hurt for her being up there, because I would pick up on that and be like, I don't need you to protect him. I want him to do what he needs to do. And she's trying to mediate and control, and it's a little too late, like you said, with being in the kayak. I do have to say, going into this HOH, it definitely seems like Jared needs to win this HOH, because it seems like the whole house is already onto him and Sari. And if he don't win this HOH, he's going to be in trouble. Going into the wall comp, I can't wait to see those times that Hannah has. Miss Felicia did really good. I will give her a shout out. She did really good with the wall comp. I was really surprised. I was pretty shocked by America and Corey.
Yeah.
What's your guys' thoughts, Claire and Hannah, for America and Corey?
Did they throw it? No, there's no way. There's no way Corey would have thrown that after.
After the argument, there's
Yeah.
no way he threw that.
No,
And
but-
no way America would either, because she was a
Yeah.
part of all the mess.
Yeah, I think maybe they're just not good at comps. Like at the Walja comp, like I think it's hard because also like I did really shitty at it, so I don't really know what takes doing well at something. Like Derek won, but Derek is like pretty tall, pretty lean, and I think that kind of body type normally would do really well here.
Yeah.
Like why I think like Matt went pretty far, but then who was it was like Jared Blue, Bowie, and yeah, those are the top three. And
But
then,
also, like, the competition only lasted 43 minutes. I want to say I lasted 42 minutes on the wall. So, just by comparison, I don't know. Did they make the wall harder, or are these people just not good at what they're supposed to be doing? Or was it the slop?
This is what I'll also say. So it looked like, so our season we had 3 handles, right? And last season and this season, they only gave them like 2 handle height options. So people in the house were talking about like, oh, I just couldn't find a good height for like, I had either like squat a little bit or I like couldn't reach far enough. So I do think that had a part of it. But then also they are spraying them with so much liquid, like so much water, so much slime. Again, look, I wasn't up there for that long, but it seemed like significantly more than our season even. And Jared, who was on the end, seemed like he was getting sprayed with significantly less. Just kind of luck and positioning, right? And so it seemed like.
But Claire didn't. But did they not have 3 handles?
No, they only had 2 handles.
So they had okay.
Well, like. Do you remember when you were?
Yeah, we had to
like,
stagger. We had to stagger, which I think made it harder.
Yeah, and so they had like the 2. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the stagger. I will say this. I think the stagger made it much harder.
I think they had staggered handles as well.
yeah,
they
yeah,
only
yeah.
had,
Oh,
but they
okay.
only had 2 height options
Yeah.
Got
instead
it.
of the 3.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, and they had a lot of water. They had a lot of slime. Yeah, I feel like we didn't have anything hitting us. We just had water and slime and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
the green slime stuff.
Yeah. Which we didn't have a lot of water to clean off. They had a lot of water to clean off. They had a lot. Did you feel that way? I don't know. You guys were up there longer than me. I was on
remember.
vacation. I was relaxing. I was there for a second. It wasn't meant for me, girl. Okay,
That wall is
so
hard. That wall is hard.
okay, I don't think people get it. Okay, but going into this, so the last 3 people come down to is JoJo Seawall. We have Blue and Jared. Okay, I was pretty shocked to see JoJo up there that long. Like she was killing it. Like she was up there like, girl. Like she
Listen,
was. I thought
That's
she was
my
gonna
comp
win.
beast. That's my Rachel Riley. That's my Janelle. She's in her Casey Clark era. Zone
You know,
come from Bowie Jane.
Did you just compare them to those?
Leave,
Did you
then
just?
Bowie Jane.
No, hold on. Y'all have lost y'all fucking mind. I know y'all did not just fucking compare JoJo motherfucking Seawall to motherfucking Rachel Riley. And who else did you say?
Janelle. Casey.
Oh, you lost your mind. You really need to go get your head in those books, okay? And you must have got hit by the tennis ball, Claire, when you saw Jeff Probst, because you must have lost your mind if y'all think y'all gonna compare JoJo Seawalk to them. Okay? We gonna skip over that. So, I don't know, like Claire said, it didn't last that long. Mm-hmm. So I guess it felt less than an hour, definitely for sure. It felt less than 40 minutes.
It was 43 minutes.
Oh wow! Okay, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, so you could have won, Hannah, if you were
Yeah.
on this cast.
They should have put me on this cast. It's the bless you. It's the way I would have run circles around each and every one.
That is
Any
true.
of us
This
would
is
have run
true.
circles
Yeah.
around each
Yeah,
and every
they
one of
be-
these people.
yeah.
Besides
The
Sari.
whole-
Besides Sari.
Look, a lot of them.
No,
are
I
running
feel like
fast.
we would have got Sari. Well, the problem is it would have been Claire probably being too like Izzy. Probably be like, Sari Fields is here. Like I have to work with
Oh,
Sari.
yeah.
Like we would have
love
been like,
you.
shit.
Believe that.
Actually,
Yes.
Claire, who do you think? Let's take Sari out of the equation. Well, no. This is a 2-parter. If Sari was in the house with you, would you have been as loyal to her as Izzy, do you think? And take Sari out of the equation, who do you think you would have gravitated towards?
Okay, is her son in there? Is Jared in there?
Yes, Jared's in there, but you don't
I don't
necessarily know. I mean, did you know about Jared before?
I wouldn't have
the
been
season?
able to recognize him, no.
Okay, so let's just assume you don't know and he doesn't share that information with you right off the bat.
I definitely would have gone towards Sari, for sure. Because I think the thing with Sari, and like if I knew she was in there, I think I would be like Corey. Like either like I need to get her out week 1, week 2, or she really doesn't win that many comps. So I probably also would have been like, I know she's so good, she's probably playing me, but I think I could probably play her and then like beat a comp against her like at the end and whatever, get rid of her, which I am sure is like his reasoning. And then not realize like, oh, actually she has this fantastic positioning. I don't know who I would have related to in that house, like who I would have been friends with. No disrespect to them, but I think it's very hard to like.
Bowie Jane, Claire.
I don't think so.
No, I'm sorry, I mean game-wise. Like game-wise, who's style.
Game-wise, I would have enjoyed playing with Izzy.
Okay.
Like I would have enjoyed the like intensity and the like, oh, we're like always talking game. This is very fun. Of it all. And I don't think I would have been in like the first like Jag and Riley's like whatever alliance. Like I don't think I would have gotten pulled for that. Yeah, I think that maybe Mimi. I haven't seen her play that much game though, and she does like calmness, so I like enjoy some calmness.
That's sort of who I see. You said who?
I can see that.
Like Jag.
I think you would have maybe become very frustrated with him.
I think so too, but I kind of wonder like, okay, could I have pulled him in and like been like explained the game to him and then been able to play with him maybe instead?
If he's willing to learn, but I don't know if he's willing
Yeah.
to learn.
And then I think Corey as well. I think I would have enjoyed playing with.
Okay. Fair.
Okay.
Those are the people I kind of see you aligning with as well.
So we get down to the final 3. As I said, Bowie Jane, Blue, and Jared. Bowie Jane ends up falling, and then Blue falls after, and then Jared wins HOH.
No. Blue falls and then Bowie Jane falls. And then
So you're telling me Bowie Jane came in second place?
Yeah, believe it.
I'm going to start calling her
quick.
Bowie Perzina. Janelle's going to hate that. Big D's so mad right now.
I just like this. I love you. I love you. But y'all are driving me insane. If y'all really, please, I beg, to the sake of the iconic players that we have, Bowie Jane is nowhere near that. Okay. Bowie Jane is not even close, girl. She is still in Australia thinking she playing Australia Big Brother. That's what she thinks she's doing right now. She thinks America is gonna. Right. I don't know what fucking planet she's on. She's on a different planet, and if whatever planet she's on, I need to be on. Matter of fact, you know what Bowie Jane should do? She's so damn on a whole different rocker and a whole different planet. She should come out with her own marijuana company. That's how high she is in a whole different place. A business proposal for Joey Jane to sit there to make a weed company at this point. Okay, because this is too much. It's too much. Okay, way damn too much. Okay.
Velmy. Hi,
what's her name?
Velmy.
Velma, what do you think about Bowie Jane's weed company?
Yeah, let's talk about it. She's like, okay.
Claire, I haven't seen not Bowie Jane. I haven't seen Velma in what, like 3 months, 4 months. Can I see her one more time? Hi, Velmy.
I love it. That's a very pretty cat.
Pretty. So
she
pretty.
is. Her eyes are everything. She's just looking like, what? Okay, like, what are we doing here? She's like, what's going on?
I know. She looks like her mom today.
She does.
Aw.
I love that. Okay, so Jared wins HOH. going into this week, I feel like he knows his targets already. It seems as though after everything unfolds, which we also come to learn that Blue is now going against Jared. Okay. I think that she's just kind of aligning with the rest of the house. I think that's crazy, but I mean, I get it. What's worse than a woman's scorn, as they call it, if that's what it's called.
I don't think she's been
a scorned woman.
Okay. Oh, she's playing a game where she's like, now, like, she wants to go after Jared, which I don't know how to feel about that, because I'm kind of like, right, like, I don't know why she would do that, because her relationships are not as strong as they were in the beginning. That's why I'm kind of like, what is she doing? But it seems like she's trying to clean house to get to that point of like, let me like make friends with everybody and then tell everyone like I'm gonna go against Jared because everyone's against Jared, but Jared just won HOH. So I don't know. I feel like somebody should be able to see through that bullshit.
Yeah, this is what I think. Blue realized like Jared and them have been lying to me and like revealing information that I didn't know about, and so she felt very scorned, and so she, to a benefit, like went to Jag and Matt and was like telling them some game information, rebuilt that relationship a little bit. And then was like, I'm going after Jared next. Like, I want to win, and then I'm going to put him up. And I think she's dialed that back, thank goodness, since then. Like, because, girl, why are you trying to get rid of your showmance? Like, you have other people to worry about right now.
Because she wants to be iconic.
I know.
She wants to show that I'm a player.
She really is.
I don't care about no man.
She's really searching for that, like, viral, memeable, can take her to the next level, Alyssa from BB15 spitting out water moment. And I respect her for it, but
You do? Why?
yeah, no, I respect that.
Listen,
That's
everyone
her
can't
only
listen.
real ally.
Listen, everyone
Because,
can't be.
Listen, I love chaos in this game, so I
love
respect
it
that.
too.
I respect that she is throwing all logic out the window, out the door.
But Hannah, let me tell you something. Everyone
So
can't
she can
be,
get some numbers on TikTok. I love it.
I get that, but
I
you gotta
respect
think about it. Everyone can't be an Evoke King. You know? Some people can be Evoke Kings. Everyone can't be Evoke Kings. Everyone.
No, listen.
Unfortunately, Blue is Mr. Mark because Miss Felicia is the soundbite of the season.
Big
There's
D,
nothing you could do with that.
When you and Bowie Jane end up on the Forbes 30 under
No.
the Forbes 40 under 40, no, the Forbes 50 under 50, because Bowie Jane is in fact in her 40s.
Yeah, and her 40s with some fucking pigtails. Mm-hmm. Yep, go ahead. Yep. What's going to
my
happen?
gosh.
Her weed company. I'm telling you, listen, you know what? She should do, listen, I'm telling you, she's smart. That's how high and delusional and different planet that she is on, that she should drop her own weed company. Now,
Big D, it's the irony of this coming from you.
It's a good idea.
Thank you. Look at that. I'm giving credit. I came out with Clark fans. What is she going to do? Come out with a new song? Delusional. I'm Bowie Jane. Delusional. Okay? She better figure it out.
She DJs at the Abbey.
Good. And the Abbey's not going to call her back. Okay, I'm going to tell you that now. They're going to look at that and...
Come on, it's so camp.
I would
Camp?
go.
Claire, I
would
know
go.
you just didn't call her... You know
I
what?
would
We had
She
to...
is camp.
I would see
I'm
her.
done talking about
Wait,
BB. I'm going to get to the rest of BB. I'm done talking about...
When Bowie Jane opens up for Beyonce's Renaissance tour.
You definitely lost your fucking mind. Cut this fucking show right now. And you think that damn thing gonna be opened up for any... Only thing she opening it up for is when it's time for her to open that damn door and walk out the damn door. What, you thought I was gonna say something else? I wasn't gonna say nothing else because I don't see Bowie Jane like that, okay? If somebody does, God bless her. But other than that, you know, there's nothing else I can say about Bowie Jane. Now, I'm going to get back to the rest of this episode. Okay. Now, okay, Jared has won HOH. Blue has said what she said. Now, the whole house is in scramble. It seems like now at this point, they are probably going to figure out how they're going to get through this because keep in mind, they all want to target Jared, which is like, whatever, which unfortunately, no, not unfortunately, of course, I don't want people targeting Jared because, you know, I have a little soft
That's
spot.
your protege.
But also, it puts Sari in a position that I don't want her to be in because, of course, I love Sari. Want her to go far, okay? Jared seems as though he has a conversation with everybody. The normal conversations we have when it's time to put people up. He's telling people he wants to backdoor Cameron. I don't know. I think that he probably is gonna, which seems like he does tonight. He puts up America and Corey. What are your guys' thoughts on him putting up America and Corey? Do you think it's a good gameplay move? What's your thoughts?
I think it makes sense for him in terms of you just got literally in a fight with Corey. You know that they probably are not your allies. Like maybe you can rebuild something down the road, but right now it doesn't look like it. And so why not just put them both up? You know that, they would take each other off the block. So just stick them both up there. If one of them goes home, it is beneficial for Jared's game. But then also leaves the potential for a backdoor with Cameron, if that's what he wants to do.
Hannah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Corey and America were the perfect options for Jared, as much as I like Corey and America, and I don't want either of them to go. Jared realistically did not have that many options. I mean, he's aligned with Nicole, Felicia, and Suri, his mom. They have this alliance called the Brown Sugar Babes. He's also very close to Matt. I don't think that would have made sense for him to put Matt up. He has a showmance with Blue. I think that might be it, because now we're just down to 11 people. So really he just has Jag, Corey, America, Cameron, who he's planning on backdooring, and Bowie Jane. And yeah, he could have thrown Bowie Jane up there as a pawn, but honestly, bring her in as a number, because as the pool gets smaller and smaller, the votes are going to matter more and more, and you want Bowie Jane to not be a free agent. You want her to be a reliable number for your side. So good on him for not putting him up, or for not putting her up, because if Corey or America leaves this week and it isn't Cam, I think that certainly puts Jared in a better position than he was in at the end of last week. But I don't think that him wanting to backdoor Cam is smart for his game. What do you guys think about that?
I was going to say the same thing. I don't think it's smart for his game, because you got too many people. I mean, everyone's going after him at this point. So it's like, I feel like I can make amends with Cam if I save him, but then he's still going to go after my mom. So it's like, I would get rid of Corey or America, because America's not saying she's playing the game, but she's messy for my game, and Corey is already told all my secrets. I need one of them to go, so then we can see how the house dynamic moves.
Yeah, I don't hate it as a move for Jared, for a few reasons. I do see where you're coming from. Like, right now, Cameron is semi a house target in front of Jared. And when, I don't know how much Jared realizes, like, everyone really is coming after him. But it's a good idea to potentially keep a house target in front of you. But when you know that likely Cameron is coming after you, and Cameron is really, really good at comps, that is just a threat that you have to get rid of. I mean, I think when you look at everyone that's won a comp, the only people that have won comps are Jared, Cameron, Jag, and Miss Felicia. Like, so if you're Jared, your biggest competition right now is Cameron in that house. And then otherwise, like, I can imagine himself thinking, like, I can just steamroll and, like, literally win everything once I get Cameron out of the house, which honestly, like, looking at all the comps, like, isn't a bad read of the situation. Like, no one else has won anything. We've really seen just a few people really having the power. So I don't hate it for him, especially when he did turn so many of his own allies against him. Like, I think maybe if this was like last week, okay, maybe keep Cam around and go after whoever, like Jag, I guess. But I don't hate this backdoor for him.
Excuse me.
I agree.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I almost feel like getting rid of Jag would have been the best option for Jared, because Jag's also won two competitions.
Yeah.
Jag is working with Matt in America and Corey and is a large part of the glue that's keeping that side together. He's sort of woken up to being misted by Suri. Him and Jared don't have the closest relationship. They're kind of competing for blue right now. Not romantically, but just in the game.
Maybe they are.
So you heard it here first on the royalty. You must know something I don't know. But yeah.
I know.
I wonder how things are going to work out for Jared once he gets rid of Cam, especially going into the double, because throwing up Suri and Jared, now that the house knows just how close they are, well, not quite how close they are, but the house thinks they know how close they are. That would be the easiest option.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that, you know. Any other thoughts on Big Brother, guys?
Who my winner pick is? Honestly, I think with the double, I think we're either going to see Jared leaving, even though I can see a world where Jared and Suri get put up on the block and Suri's like, vote me out, vote me out, vote me out. And they just vote out Jared anyways. Or I see one of Corey and America going. Like, I think those are really the two options, it seems like, between the sides.
Do you think we lose Jag in a double?
I'm like not really up. I think it's going to be, I think Jag could go, depending on what happens this week and how messy he plays. But I think like the most obvious duos are Corey and America and Suri and Jared. And I think like those will be like whatever the nominees will be. And then if Jag gets backdoored, then that happens. Or like, that's really how I see it. Or like maybe Felicia, I don't know. Yeah. My winners, who do I think will win at this moment? I think Matt has a really good shot.
Oh, Claire, we're on the same page. I love that.
Yeah, and I tweeted this out a few weeks ago even of like, they are truly nothing alike. Okay, let me say that. Like, Matt, a little problematic, like a little, okay, like we know this. But I think he has a similar temperament to X in that they are both like likable.
Ballhead bitch X?
Stable, like you're not worried about them, like
Little Bill X?
The ball that
Ballhead bitch X?
Yes. You're not worried about them like running around.
Matt's better than
mayhem.
that. Matt is better than that.
Claire, I agree with you.
Like you think you can trust them, and I think that for that reason he will go very far, and then he will do very well at end game comps.
Yes.
And I think the people will want to vote for him. Like he is a, like generically nice guy, like to people in the house, right?
He sort of reminds me of Cody Calafiori too. Yeah. I think like all three of them. Obviously, we know Xavier outside of the house now, so we know he can be chaotic and just bald. But inside the house, him, Cody, Matt, they all fill very similar archetypes. And so, I don't really know who's going to come after Matt, when they're going to come after Matt, where Matt would be put in a position where he's disposable to a side. So, okay, that's a good take. So you think it's going to be Matt?
I think right now, everything having exploded, I see the route for him pretty clearly. Because he's also very nicely in the middle right now. And I think, like, Jag's also in the middle, but Jag's chaotic. Blue's semi in the middle, but...
Blue's actually... I think
she's
been stepping up as a rat.
I have a hard time imagining what votes Blue gets at the end. Too.
Oh, yes. But just like in general, Blue's really stepping up as a rat. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a Matt.
No, ooh, ice cream so good.
No, stop.
Thank you for the rose. Hi. Thank you.
How Galaxy. Are you doing that?
Who, me?
I feel like you'd be good at it. Yeah.
Oh, Claire, thank you so much.
Anyway, Blue has been stepping up as a rat this week. She's really been like floating information back and forth, and she's doing it well. So keep on keeping on, Blue. But okay.
All right. Well, that's our thoughts on Big Brother.
Oh.
Okay, let me just cut this.
I guess that's it.
Okay, to get into our favorite segment of the fucking night, okay, we're going to talk about the Challenge USA, episode 9. if I'm correct. I think it's episode 9, okay? We're going to go right through it because, the challenge is the challenge. We left off with somebody going home. I don't remember. Corey, Corey.
Claire, it's very unserious.
Okay.
Corey
I think
talks
it
to
was Monty. I do not watch.
Oh, yes, Monty just went home, I think. Yeah, Monty just went home, okay? Corey talks to the elf, a.k.a. Sebastian. That Hannah just figured out after 9 episodes who Sebastian is because she's never heard of Sebastian, Claire.
Yeah, no, I had never seen him.
Understandable.
So,
I watched Survivor and I was like, oh, okay.
Which season was he on? Do you remember?
He was on what? Ghost Island or Island of the Idols or
North Pole.
With Wendell?
Santa Claus.
No,
North
no,
Pole.
no.
Season North Pole.
Wait,
he was on
Sebastian.
Ghost Island.
Yeah, isn't that Wendell's
Yeah.
season?
Yeah.
And how far did he make it? Do we know?
He went far.
Really?
Yeah, he was like Final 5 or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, all right. Go off. Yes. Love that
I can't
for
believe
him.
he played 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's
That
crazy.
makes sense. Yeah.
Wait, that's kind of random for him to just be like whisked out of thin air to play the challenge 7 years later.
Listen, sometimes you just ask Santa some things, they just deliver. He wished for it. Being an elf that he is, he wished for it. It's okay.
Being the elf.
True. I don't know what he said in his casting interview. Who's to say?
This is true.
This is true. Okay, so Corey has a conversation with Sebastian about, the game. He's making it clear that, he wants to play this game, but he doesn't want anything to happen to Tori. Tori goes into the conversation that she does every single damn season. I'm here to fight for my nephew and my nieces, and I need the money for my nephew and nieces. These nephew and nieces, she just won, but she's still fighting for money for her nephew and nieces.
Did she give them the money?
I don't know, Claire,
Those are her
but
kids.
every season, she talks
My
about.
sister just had a baby, but I'm not like I gotta do it for Fern.
She's doing it for. She's doing it for her nephew and nieces. Okay, just let it go. That's gonna be the storyline every single. I bet you when the challenge on October 25th come out, and if Tori's on that season, she gonna sit there and say, "I'm trying to fight for my nephew and my nieces." Okay, she been fighting for them for a very long time. Okay, listen. This is like
older than nieces and nephews.
It's like a civil rights movement. She's been fighting forever for these damn nephew and nieces. Okay, now clearly, Big Brother is kind of pinned against the wall. We know that we've lost a lot of.
That is the most honest thing you could have said.
Oh no.
Okay. So clearly Big Brother has been the target. We've lost a lot of Big Brother players, okay? Survivor and a lot of people feel like they're kind of that Chris is trying to navigate his way through the house. He's kind of being one of those people where he should be Survivor strong, but he's kind of BSing Michaela, and Michaela sees through his bullshit. Michaela is really good at seeing through people's bullshit.
She's
and
on top of it.
Have you
She
met
is. Yes, I love Michaela. Just such a queen. Like I would love to play any game with her, and I'm okay with losing against her. She is everything. I'm so entertained. I love her. Everything about her. Okay.
She seems like a real one. Have you met her?
I've never met her, but I really enjoyed her on her seasons.
Oh my God, Claire.
No, it's the West Coast curse,
You have to meet her. She's such a doll.
I would love to.
Okay, the challenge we get into is a speed jump challenge, okay? What happens, you'll start jumping on the trampoline, you'll look over the wall. The wall's going to have giant numbers, a giant board with numbers on it. You're going to try to add up the number and see if you have it correct. This was a little chaotic because they were all like making numbers and then screaming them at TJ. Like, I felt bad for him because I would have been overwhelmed.
How would you have done, Big D?
Baby, I would have did good. I'm really good with numbers. I'm really good with memory and numbers. So that's my 2 strong suits. And I'm also good at trivia. People might not think I am, but I really am good at trivia. Okay.
Quick, what's 37 minus 9?
Anyway, so just to get into that, okay. Josh and Fessy and Sebastian win the first round. Tori, Michelle, Tori, Michelle, and Chanel win their round. Okay, it ends up being Fessy and Tori. The challenge was pretty tough. They jumped on when they got to the final round, they had to jump on this trampoline and catch these flags while the truck is moving, okay? Pretty intense. I will give you that. That's scary. I barely want to jump up in the air, or barely when I get out the bed, I'm scared at sometimes because I'm so big. I can't imagine jumping on a trampoline while it's moving, okay? So, Fessy and Tori win. Fessy decides, I guess magically, because he's thinking about the game now, he wants to go after the vets. Okay, not the vets that are not a part of Big Brother, which I found kind of interesting. I mean, a part of him and Josh's people. I found that very interesting. Okay, he said he just wants to go after Johnny and West and the rest of them because he's tired of bullshit. He knows they're never going to sit there and look out for him, Corey, and Josh. So he talks to Tori about it. But Cassidy and the rest of the Survivor girls come up with a plan to throw in Chris because Chris is going around saying he wanted to take out Corey. Chris is also throwing around talking about the elf. The elf is also trying to protect his lover, Tori, and he also is throwing Chris's name around. So luckily they were able to get Chris to be put up. Chris is put up in the elimination, and the elf and who else got a lot of votes? Somebody else got a lot of votes.
Was it Tyler?
Tyler. They both got a lot of votes to go in. So one person put one ball on Johnny. They played this competition called Trick, Trick, Boom.
Wait, who got chosen?
I'm about to tell you in a second.
Okay.
They play this competition called Trick, Trick, Boom. It ends up being the elf. The elf has to play against Chris, which is what everybody wanted because they also wanted to give it a Survivor player. They're trying to weaken Survivor. They played.
Wait, I'm sorry. So the Survivor girls want to weaken Survivor.
They wanted they obviously did not want that, but Chris was so messy. They were kind of like, we need to take out Chris. Chanel and Michaela were like, and because Chris was going around trying to make it a girls' elimination, and when you try to make it a girls' elimination, that's what happens. Okay, you get bit. That's what happened. They're playing this Tick Tick Boom. They had to kind of bounce. This was a little bit like, I guess you could play let's say it was like beer pong, girl. Just with tables. I would say that. They had to bounce the ball on the table and bounce on the ball 3 tables and then get it in the hole. Okay. I think they had to do it 3 times. They had to get it in there. It was really, really competitive, and they could move the tables. They could run, move the tables, then go back up to the top and then bounce it. Okay. I was like, they're coming up with these tricky ass games, circus games. Love it. I thought this was Big Brother at this point. Chris ends up winning.
Listen, last week I learned that Chris, Sebastian, and Dusty were not
the same person.
I truly thought they were the same person because they kind of look alike-ish. You don't think so?
No.
Yeah, but I will say this: Chris won. They don't. Chris is hot. Please stop comparing him to Dusty Musty and the damn fucking elf.
But they all have brown hair and they're all around the same height.
And
is he
Sebastian blonde? Is he?
You know what? Amir and Hannah look like each other. They look like the same person.
Sometimes all black people do look alike.
No comment.
Claire, what do you think? Claire's like, my mom's calling me. Dinner's ready. Derek's downstairs in an apron.
Did you need help with cooking? Yes, so Chris ends up winning, which was bad because nobody wanted Chris to come back. So I'm excited to see the chaos they're going to bring next week. What is your guys' thoughts on the challenge so far? Any feedback? How do you feel? Claire, would you do the challenge in the future?
I guess never say never, but I am not at a place currently where I think I could win. And I don't really see the point of going up.
You won Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
season we were supposed to be
I'm
on
afraid of
together.
heights. I'm afraid
Yeah, we were
of
supposed to
heights.
play together. Claire, did you think I was going to pop up and show? Me too.
Every
I
day.
know DX is like, I can beat Big D. Yeah, bring him. Yeah, sure.
I was hoping it would be a fun twist.
Okay, how was it? Did you enjoy your Amazing Race experience?
It was very,
I'm
very
jealous. I will say I'm very jealous. I've always wanted to do Amazing Race. I didn't give a
fun. I
fuck
know.
about Big Brother.
We talked about that in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Phil just tweeted something where he like teased an all winner season. Is that happening? Is that something he teases all the time?
It's something they tease all the time, and it's something
Okay.
people talk about all the time. But I think we're still like a long ways off, and like I'm not sure how much they like. I don't know if they would ask back like Big Brother players back on. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
But-
Never say never.
Claire, to kind of wrap it up, I did have this conversation. I can't believe I did a space recently. Do you think
no.
that we should do an all-star season of Big Brother?
Yeah, why not?
But do you think it should be a winner season or should it be anybody?
Well, you're talking to people who didn't win, so I'm gonna say anyone.
Okay,
I
no,
think-
no. I don't think we need a winner season. Like, nobody needs that because they're not going to be as hungry as people that did not win. I feel like it's going to be them kind of cleaning up their act and watching what they're doing, where people that didn't win are like, I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck I got to take out? They're winners. They're more like, I have the crown. I don't need that boring shit. But that's just my thoughts.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hannah.
That's fair. That's fair. However, I don't want, since we just did an all-star season, 3 summers ago, I do feel like it's too soon for another all-star season, especially when the last all-stars did not deliver in terms of its caliber of casting, no offense. So, I would like to see an all-winner season. I do agree that now that these people are older and they have families and careers and, spouses, they probably will be a little more like
Reserve.
a little more reserved, a little more like image conscientious. But what I do love is seeing people with egos play these games. And all of these people are going to walk in with an ego because they were crowned the best on their season. So it's almost like who's the best of the best. It could breed just the ultimate competition. And all of these people have something to lose. It's not like you're walking in a David Alexander. You didn't make it past day 2. Oh, so there's that. Or I would love to see a fans versus favorites where it's 8 faves, 8 fans.
Now,
I
agree
would
with
love
that.
to see blood versus water.
Okay, so can I ask a question? I'll be controversial. You wouldn't want to see a runner-up season then?
No.
You're a fucking bitch, okay? You are
What
a fucking bitch.
What if it was a 5th place season?
No.
Sure, let's do it. Right, Claire?
No.
Listen, I'm just saying, listen, here's the thing. I love all the winners. And this is controversial. This is a hot take. And of course, we're just talking imaginary because we love just making up shit. I love all the winners are great, right? Okay. You gotta think about that hungriness and that drive. They won, okay? And it might have been a couple years. Their prize money maybe was different back in the day and stuff like that. I just think it's more fair when you pick people that maybe went out first or people that made it chaotic and like went out third or second, your favorites or shit like that. Could you imagine bringing back like Izzy or bringing back, Sarah Beth or, just think about all these people that just probably like bringing back a Big D, of course, bringing back these crazy players that are so unhinged. Who's another person that's unhinged that I feel like bring back Turner, like just all these people, right? How crazy would it be? Just think about the chaos. That's all. I'm just saying chaos. That's all. I think they should do it. I understand no time soon. I think they should save it for like season Big Brother 30, the big 3-0. We are doing an all-star season. And they call back these players and you actually get some people that are ready. I think all-stars is like, I don't need to see bald head bitch Xavier again. I love him, but he's not entertaining. Okay?
Yeah, no, he's boring.
Right, okay?
I would win. I think like I would enjoy like an all winners like 4-week season. I think keep
All
it
right.
short, keep it sweet. Because a lot of the winners like were kind of boring. Like Cody was kind of boring. Nicole was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like because
You
to
almost
win,
have to
you kind
be.
of have to play a boring
Yes.
game
Yeah.
at some level.
You have to be very mediocre.
Yes.
Or like you have to
Like Derek
have
Levasseur,
ability.
I love him. Boring.
And I think like if you make it shorter, people will have to play with intensity. Like every
Yes.
single time, you won't be able to stop gaming. There won't
So
be
Claire,
time
I
for
said
that.
they should take a page out of they're sisters, they're all work on in one network, Paramount Plus. I said they should take a page out of RuPaul and do what RuPaul does, which is they do a big season and then they do a all-star season. They do a big season, but our all-stars don't have to be every season. It should be maybe every 4, 3, 5 seasons. So you give these people that are hungry to play again, that people haven't seen before, a chance to play. That's my thoughts. That's my hot take.
I like it.
I'm done talking about Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I would also be interested in like a Survivor did a second chances season, or maybe that wasn't, but like fans voted who they want on.
Ooh.
And they put out a slate of like whatever, like 36 people, and
Yeah.
fans were able to vote like every day or something for like this is who I want to have play.
Oh my God, that would be great.
And then the top 18 people, they like plucked them and like sent them out, and they just.
Oh wait, I like that
Okay.
better. Actually,
And
Claire.
so it was,
Claire.
like, there were some winners, but it was a lot of like entertaining characters that like the audience loved, and the audience wanted to play, and like old players, like people that like I never thought, like I'm pretty sure Sarita
Was it
on
Boston
that
Rob
season.
one of them?
Huh?
Was Sandra one of them, or Boston Rob maybe?
Boston Rob wasn't. Maybe Sandra was. I'm getting this
Yeah.
season and another season confused in my
Okay,
head.
I love that.
Well,
Okay,
I will
love that.
say a runner-up, Big D, I'm really just messing with you. I think a runner-up season would actually be very, very entertaining because the runner-ups are probably the hungriest.
and
to
never
win.
went into jury, so we don't even
Yeah.
know what like that's like. Yeah.
So I do actually think that would be the most interesting, but I love messing with you. So I'm
know,
going to go
it's
on
okay.
record and say I want a first place plus third place season. I want all the third placers to come back with the first placers, and I want to skip all the second placers.
Fuck you, Hannah. Claire, listen, it was great having you. I know we could be here all night. Thank you so much for taking the
Yes.
time to talk to us about all our shows and recap. Claire, you look amazing. I'm
do.
so glad that we are able to rekindle after our relationship that we did not, develop. But I know that you think about me when you say Derek's name at night. You think about me. And that's okay, Claire. And
I know,
love you.
Specify the last initial. I'll take it.
Claire, listen, what is next for you? Please, are you working on anything? You won Amazing Race, which I think is great. I think that worked out for you and DX losing the game of Big Brother because you guys got on Amazing Race and kicked some fucking ass.
Yes.
What's next for you? Like any trips or, I don't know if you could talk about any show opportunities or anything, but what's next? What's going on?
I'm enjoying life. Getting back into working, everything good. So pretty busy, but enjoying LA currently. So
I love that. And what was your
Wait.
fake job again?
I was an AI engineer, Big D, at a big tech company, which was a true job. And I did say I had a different tech job. But not my
Right.
best lie, okay?
So
I was
Claire-
a fucking yoga teacher, but
Are you back working as an engineer, or are you trying your hand at something else?
I'm going through the process. I'm ready to get back into it. Have dental insurance. So
Oh, we love that. Yes, full-time girl, gotta get those benefits.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
are you really real or you are AI right now?
She's Chat GPT.
thank you. Yes,
Ice cream.
Claire, where can everyone follow you? Or, we know you're on Twitter, where can
yes,
everyone follow you?
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Claire Rehfuss, first name, last name. So it'll be fun.
Thank you, Claire,
Claire.
for coming on.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your time. We miss you. We love you. You look beautiful. Velma popped in the chat for a couple seconds. Derek, wherever you are, if you're there, hello, hello.
We'll get him on here soon. We have a lot to talk about. I know.
Well, I don't think he watches the season, so.
Neither do I. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well, thanks, Claire, for joining us. Bye, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Period. Kitty, kitty, purr.
Thanks for
No,
having
you.
me.
That's so cringy.
Meow, meow.
Okay.